This is our daily prayer with destiny. Today, our prayer is titled Time of Stillness and Silence. We all come together. Remember, we're going to come together and bring ourselves to that place of stillness, quieten our mind, and you usher in the presence of the Almighty Creator of the universe, God. Learn to let things go out by breathing out. Come on, get it out. Pull it up from your insides and let it go out. All the negative energy, all the negative vibes, the negative thoughts, anything that had pierced your heart and hurt you, you let it go, release it now. Blow it out. And find yourself coming to a place of stillness where your body is practically going limp and you're not tense. The stress has been relieved. The anxiety is being relieved. And you bring your hands to your side, or you can place your hands crisscross across your heart and feel your heart rising up and down, up and down. And that's a great way to calm your body. Then you're going to breathe in. All the old is gone away. Now this is new energy. You're pulling in that new energy from the universe, from the divine creator God. You're refueling your body. So we're going to pray now. So will y'all please come with me and let's pray. This is our daily prayer with destiny. Time of stillness and silence. Creator God of this universe, we come today seeking stillness and silence. When life feels heavy, it's only natural to long for a sense of control. Our minds are seeking for calmness, a place of stillness and quietness. So we ask you to still the storm. We ask you to bring peace among the chaos that is all around us. And yet, with each new day, when we turn on the news or we see another upsetting story unfolding halfway across the world or right here in our own backyards, we lose that peace. We lose that place of stillness. And we allow ourselves to go into chaos and turmoil, strife, and all kinds of things. We ask you to remove it now. We ask you to help us to just let you have and let it go and bring us to that place of peace and quietness. We just need to somehow make sense, Creator, of all the things that's going on in the world and all those things that we have been troubled by. All those things that cause our mind to just run rapidly ahead of what you already told us, to be still and know that you are God, that you will fight our battles, that you will never leave us, nor will you forsake us. We forget and we take flight and we lose control and we give our control over to our fears and to our anxieties and all other things that just come against us to take us away from that place of quietness and stillness. So we ask you to help us. Help us to make sense of it all. Make sense of why we are so troubled, because we can't find a place of peace to lay still in silence, to rest our weary head, to calm our minds when our minds is full of thoughts that is negative running all the time, when trouble's all the way around. We ask you to help us. Help us to find that place where we can lay down and rest from all the worries and all the frustrations. We know that fear, it runs deep. Even when the things that worry us are much bigger than ourselves, fear, it does runs deep. And our ability to control all the fears in our life, it feels like it's so non-existent. But oh, Creator God of this universe, you are bigger than all of our problems. Help us to see that. Help us to believe that, and help us to know that more than anything, that you are bigger than all of our problems. You are bigger and you are stronger than all the wicked forces in this world. Whether we're facing inner turmoil in our lives, or we're facing some kind of conflict in our home, or we're facing some anxiety or some depression, or some kind of troubles that's going on around the world, help us to remember that you are bigger than all those things. You are greater than everything that exists in this world. You are the almighty creator of all things. And for those reasons, with so much going on in the world constantly that moves us into the place of fear, that causes so much around us, sickness, deaths, losing jobs, things just running rapid, and we just at that place sometimes where we don't know to be still and to stand still and trust you. And for those reasons, Creator God, we seek you for peace. That peace that you told us that surpasses all understanding. That peace that will keep our heart and our mind stayed on you. We want that peace, your peace. And that peace which can bring us comfort in times when nothing else will. But we know your peace will remain standing still and steadfast. So we ask you to center our trembling spirits by reminding us that you have already been paving a path towards a more peaceful world. And in order for that to happen, it has to start within ourselves. Each individual person is going to have to come to that place that they're going to confess it. They will stand still and see the salvation, your plan, that you are bigger than all the problems, that you will fight all the enemies. And each person has to face that place in order for peace to come into our lives, for this peace to remain upon us, for this world to come to a peaceful place. So we ask you, God, help us to speak gently in our silence. And when the loud outer noises of our surroundings, they begin to, sometimes, you know how they cave in on us and begin to shake us, and we get trembling, we get frightened. We ask you to calm even the earthquakes that are surrounding our bodies, the earthquakes in our mind. And when those louder noises and those inner noises within us, which is all our fears and with the ego and all those things, begin to trouble inside of us, causing us to be pushed in a place of depression, anxiety, frustration, panic, and all those fears and all that, we ask you to help us, calm us, speak into us immediately, Creator. Speak into us immediately and say, peace, be still. Be still, and help us to receive that. And we thank you when those louder inner noises of our fears keep pulling us away from you. We ask you, God, to help us to trust that you are still there, even when we are unable to hear you, but you're still there. Help us stand in the cloudness of darkness where we can't see no presence or feel no presence of you, because everything around us is overcrowding us and just blinding our sight, our ears. But you're there. Help us remember that you are there. Oh, Creator God, you told us to come to you, all who are overburdened, all that who are weary, all that who are tired, all that who are frustrated, all that who have lost hope, all that who is giving up. You said, come to you, and that you will give them rest, that you will give them that peace, that joy, which is your strength, that peace which surpasses all understanding. You said, just come. And we say, thank you. Oh, Creator God, we say thank you. And we ask you to let your loving voice be our guide, that we hear no other voice, that we shut our voice, our mind, our ears off from the world, pulling us to directions so it can cease us, so it can bring us to a place where we can be defeated, destroyed, damaged, hurt. Shut those voices of the world and the voices of the enemies around us, and especially those enemies that's in our minds, those negative thoughts that come from our ego. We ask you right now to shut those voices away. Let your voice be the only voice that we hear, because you said that your sheep knows your voice, and the stranger that he will not follow. I ask you right now, and we ask you to help us to know your voice so we can continue to follow you. And you promise to lead us in a plain path away from our enemies. And you promise us that, yea, though we walk through the valley and the shadow of death, that we shall fear no evil. For you, Almighty God, that you are with us, and your rod and your staff, it comfort us. And we can rest on your staff. We can rest on your rod, and therefore we can find peace, because you lead us to the streams of water that is calm and comfortable. And we thank you that we shall lay down and rest from all our troubles and from all our frustrations, from all the anxiety in the world. We thank you for the still waters. And we thank you. We need to find you, Creator. We need to find you. We need to seek our shelter under your protection. We need to find you so we can run to you. And as we look to the hill, whence cometh our help only comes from you, who created this whole earth, this whole universe. You're the one that we should be looking to. You're the one that we should be gathered up under your arms so you can protect us. But sometimes, Creator God, let me say, it is so hard to find you, because so many times we allow so many things to pull our minds in so many directions that we cannot stop and think plainly or clearly. We are not center focused, and we got all kinds of things competing in our heads, and we shut you off, and we turn ourselves to more toward the troubles than turn toward we know who can fix them. But it's hard to find you when trouble is on every side, when bullets are flashing in front of our faces, when diseases are running rapidly through our land, and death is like a suicidal threat. And it's hard to find you in all the noises in the world, and in our communities, and in our jobs, and our homes. It's hard to find and hear you when all the fears is running around in our heads and is pulling us down and down and down and deeper into a place of depression. And it's hard to find you in all the confusion. And it's hard to find you through all of our restlessness. But oh God, we know that you are that friend of peace. And we know that you are the present help in the time of trouble. But if we just learn to be still, as your word said, be still and know that you are God. You're going to fight for us. You're going to protect us. You're going to shelter us. You're going to gird us up. You're going to put us back into our place where we are totally, absolutely whole, wholesome, healed, and complete. And you will take us out of all the battles of the enemy. And you will bring us to a victorious life. Oh God, we know that you are that friend of peace, and we need that peace right now. And we know that we need your peace, and you are the present help in the time of trouble. If we just learn to be still, if we just learn to know that you are God, the creator of this universe, just know and just acknowledge that you are, and that you still calms every storm in our life. Help us to see ourselves as we look out and we see nature. Help us to see how nature functions. Let us see how nature bow down and worship you. Let us see how nature is obedience to every command of you. Let us see nature with our eyes. Let us see the trees and the flowers and the grass, how they grows in silence. Help us to see the stars and the moon and the sun and how they move in the wilderness to your every call and command, and they move in silence. But Creator God, we ask you to teach mankind, your human race, how to grow in that kind of silence, how to be still. Teach us, your mankind, your human race, because we need silence to be able to touch the lives and souls of so many other, even touch our own lives sometimes. We need that kind of peace and that kind of stillness to touch lives and souls. We need silence to reach into the hearts of mankind. We need that silence to reach into mankind so we can soothe and quiet all the pain, all the agitation, and all the addictions. Oh, Creator God, we desire to have that peace, your peace. We desire to have that stillness, and we desire to have that silence. And we want to feel your presence. We want to know that we can just feel you all around us, embracing us. We want to feel your presence. We want to feel your love more deeply than ever before in our lives. We need to know that you're there. We need to feel your breath blow against our neck or blowing down our arms or up on our face. We need to know it's you. And that you're there. You never leave us, nor will you forsake us. And when we come to that place, Creator God, that place of stillness and that place of silence, that is when you will help us. That is when we will be able to stand in front of you, face to face. And then we will be fully able to let all the voices of the world around us go. To let all the voices of the world be shut up. Let all of the voices of the world not to be penetrated into our minds. Let all the voices of the world to not to come upon us and overtake us. But Creator God, your voice will be the only voice that will stand out above all if we just be still and know that you are God. Your voice will be the only voice that is still in us. So Father, I thank you for this prayer, and I thank you for you hearing your people and healing your people. So now let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing and acceptable in your sight. Oh, Creator God, you are my strength, you are my hope, you are my joy, my love, you are my peace, and you are my Redeemer. And so be it.